Good evening. Welcome to Candidly Krystal. I'm Crystal Pino.
And I'm Chris.
And this is our weekly lifestyle and entertainment show where we meet up, we chat about what's happening in our life. We want to hear about what's happening in your life, what's going on in Hollywood. And of course, we welcome some amazing guests. And tonight, it's no different. We have some wonderful guests lined up for you. Our first guest, he is so creative, and I really had fun researching this guest. He is an artist, and his name is Nolan Patterson from Basik Art, and I'm excited to show you some of his work and tell you about something that he has coming up. So that's our first guest.
It's so cool. His work is just fantastic. I'm so excited I'm on the show. I'm glad we got him. And then also another artist on our show tonight will be welcoming actor, model, dancer, choreographer, rapper, and vocalist. I think I got them all, but I'm sure I probably missed something in there. Chezale is coming on tonight, and she's going to share a brand new music video with us that she choreographed, and it's pretty awesome. We are excited to share that. But before we go any further, we need to pick our wind down word of the day. Now, if this is your first time watching Candidly Krystal, we pick a wind down word every week. It's every week. It goes along with kind of the pulse of the moment, what we're feeling. And so if you're watching, just put in the comments what you think our wind down word should be. Now, I think it should be something that we can say often so that I can drink more wine. What do you think, Krystal?
See, and I tend to think it should be something that's like in the middle, because I usually run out of my drink and I don't have anybody to fetch me more. So I'm usually left with nothing.
Yeah, just an empty glass and a sad face. Nobody wants
exactly. That. No, maybe I'll drink my tears while you're taking your sips of wine. I'll drink my tears. This is great.
That's why I have a water backup. So you can always just like fill that up. I got my fancy mug this week.
Ooh,
look at this.
I love
Isn't
that.
Pretty? Yeah,
I love it.
Trying to be fancy for you all.
The more random, the better. I like the random words that maybe we don't usually say, or like you said, the ones that are like fit the mood, the vibe.
Yeah, like Nick's word, flagellum, last week.
Yeah, I don't think we would have drank at all unless he would have thrown it in.
Then he would have, and he would have found any way that he could to be like, oh, my flagellum, it's hurting. Yeah. Oh, here's one. Christine says, drama, too much drama. We don't want no drama. Boom, no drama. We don't
Save
want
drama. The drama for your mama.
Yes. I like drama.
Man.
I've had a dramatic week, so I can get with that.
Drama.
What do you think,
Christine? I like drama. However, I don't want it to be one of those words where you say it so much that eventually that's what you know what I mean? If people say that the words that you speak.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
Like,
so if that's the case.
Oh, here's a word, Pino. Sydney says peanut butter. Can we have a moment to talk about Sydney's peanut butter pie? Because we were texting about this, Sydney. We were like, oh my goodness. How did you have the pie? I literally was like, I'm just going to taste it before I put it in the fridge.
Not possible.
And it was like this, like it was gone. I was like, where did it go? It was inhaled into my face. So was that your experience?
We decided to do, because I bought a ton. We decided to do a buffet of pies. So everybody got to try all of it. Now, my husband, I was like, not worried because I knew they were going to be delicious, but I'm like, what's he going to think? Like, is he going to let me go there often because I want to,
Yeah.
He tried it and he goes, ooh, this might be our spot. I was like, Sydney, sweet shop, because we are a sweet family, but my husband loves pecan pie, pumpkin pie, sweet potato pie, apple pie. I mean, you name it, we love pies.
All the pies.
We do not discriminate against pies. So when he said that, I was like, yes. So Sydney, just know you impress the entire family, not only with peanut butter, but with all of them. My husband loved the banana cream. That was his favorite. Peanut butter was mine. My daughter loved the apple. I'm telling you, we went to town on those pies, Sydney.
They were so good, Sydney. Yes, we cannot wait to see you again either. If you don't know what we're talking about, we're talking about Sydney's Sweet Shop. She's on Tanqueray and Bear Canyon in the shopping center there, and she sells the most amazing pies. Go get you some because they are good. We have some
while
other.
Still putting, still putting. Let's make sure that we tears really, Skylar. Skylar's watching on YouTube. Said tears should be our wind down word. I want to make sure I welcome everybody that's watching the rebroadcast or the replay of the show, no matter where it's at. Facebook, YouTube. We appreciate it. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, and join us here every week. Tess, they're cold in Texas.
Yes. We were talking about that. We feel a little guilty being, in the 60s here in Arizona when it seems like the rest of the country is freezing. I think I'm wearing my sweater just in solidarity tonight with my peeps that are cold. Like, I'm sorry. I don't feel your pain, but I feel bad that I don't feel your pain. I mean, it's warm here.
My brother is in Waco, Texas, and they haven't had power since Sunday.
Oh, no.
And sometimes it'll come, sometimes like consistent power, I should say. And their fireplace is not used for what a fireplace should be used for, much like a lot of people, because, whatever. And so it's been a struggle. It's been a challenge. And I see so many other people on my Facebook timeline talking about their experience too. I had one guy say he ended up having to sleep with his 2-year-old because she was getting so cold at night, even with all of the blankets. Yes. And I'm just thinking, this cannot be happening. We are the United States of America. Yeah. Are you guys serious? Like, how have you allowed it to go this far? Like,
I don't think they're not used to this weather. They just weren't prepared. It's like if we had some blizzard come for a week, all our stuff would shut. There's that time that they had to close the schools because it got so cold here that all the pipes froze and like burst at the schools and flooded a bunch of places. And so we couldn't have school that day because it was so cold. Not that there was any snow. It wasn't a snow day. It was a cold day because our systems, like, we just couldn't handle it. The infrastructure. So yeah, it's rough. And I feel for them because we'd be in the same boat if that was us.
It's starting to feel like America is not prepared for a lot of things, though.
Yep.
If I'm being honest.
Yep.
Like, we're not prepared for pandemics. We're not prepared for natural disasters. We're not prepared for cold winters, apparently. Like,
nope. Maybe that's the wind down word.
What exactly are we prepared for? I know,
Let's
right?
Get prepared. That's what we need. We need to prepare for more wine.
For me, I just really feel like as somebody who is pretty vocal when it comes to our government outside of the show, obviously I don't bring it to the show a lot. I just want the people to reflect on who the leadership has been, because plenty of opportunities came to update that power grid. Just saying.
Yeah.
And now your residents are paying for it. And it's unfortunate because we're hearing those stories like I told you, where it's real. That's real. That's really happening. So I know I turned to serious and I'll divert back to fun. Candidly Krystal, find the word and drink. But I want everybody to know in Texas and really who's going through a deep freeze around the country that we are praying for you. We hope you get the relief that you need. It's on the way. And stay safe. I sort of feel helpless, especially like you said, I feel guilty in Arizona talking about how beautiful it is, knowing that some of my family is not in the same predicament and it's worse, Yeah,
I went for a run today. I was like hot, it just feels wrong when other people are struggling. So I like Francine's word, wind down word, heat. Yes.
It is good.
They need more of that. I also like pie. Francine, that's a good one. We have Skylar with sweets, which is nice. Yes. What are you thinking?
Let's do heat. Let's do heat.
Steam, heat.
We're gonna put that word out there. I mean, we don't want to overheat. Okay, so let's dial it back, right?
No. I know. Watch, we'll be in the summer like, who said heat is a wind down word? Now we're all dying of heat.
Now I'm like, Dairy Queen Blizzard then. I'll be more specific.
To all you people who prayed for warmth in the winter months. All right, so it's
everybody.
official.
Yep, it's official. So what does that mean, Krystal?
That I think things are about to get heated in here. Oh, first one of the night.
When you hear that word again and those chimes, make sure you take a sip, whether it's water, coffee, or like us.
Yeah, whatever floats your boat, whatever drinking, just drink us. That's all we ask. You can air drink
too. I mean, that's...
Yes, it's a little sad. It's a little wah. You have that sound.
Again, we are inclusive to everybody here, right? We just want you to participate.
That's true. If it's
all right, so
with the air...
We got a little caught up already. We started talking about, the weather and how guilty we feel. So maybe we can lighten the mood with a little Tesla talk.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So anybody who doesn't know this, I have to let you know, because this is your public service announcement. Just like when I told you that Viennetta is coming back. That's a big deal. This is also a deal. Okay. I had a friend come over with a Tesla, like a newer one, like within the past 2 years, he said. And he casually mentioned, because you have the whoopee cushion feature in the Tesla. And I was like, what? I'm sorry, what? What are you talking about? He's like, you can make your car fart. I'm like, what are you saying? This is not true. He said, it's absolutely true. You can push a button like on the steering wheel, on the screen, wherever, and it makes a fart noise at a specific seat in the car. Say you're driving your grandma around, want to play a praise in the back, just make her light it up in her little seat. And she, what was that? Don't know the difference.
You.
Oh, yeah. And you can just play the best pranks on people. I died. I'm like, I want to spend, can I get 80 grand just so I can have the biggest fart machine?
We are
the most
so
expensive
immature.
one. We are.
Literally,
but here's the best
part.
part.
Do this joke.
Hey, that's pretty good. I can't do it. But here's the best part. So not only can you make people fart in the car, you can turn your horn into a fart noise. Can you imagine? Somebody gets in front of you and you do a on the road. I can't think of anything better than that. Nothing tops that. And you have choices, because I was like, oh, do they have like different ones? Like you got a dry fart and a juicy fart. He's like, actually, yes. And they're dry and juicy in the thing. I said, stop right now. Take me to your car. I need to hear this. So we went there and he was honking that horn and it was just farting up the whole neighborhood. And I was crying with happiness. That's right, Francine. It is wrong, but it's also so right.
Okay. So did he also show you the karaoke feature?
No. He talked about it.
Teslas have a karaoke feature where the screen pops up, lyrics, and you sing along. Obviously, while you're driving, you probably shouldn't do that. But your people that are in with you in the car can do it. And so my best friend Samantha does it with her daughters all the time. She's like, I just throw on the karaoke of like Frozen, Let It Go, and they read and sing at the same time. I'm like, yes.
Oh my goodness. That's so great for road trips. But like, I would want it to be like Cash Cab or like Lights Came On. Yes. If I'm like doing my share, do you believe in love? I want to party. Yeah.
We haven't heard that in a while. How's anybody supposed to take you serious though? Like you're at a stop sign, the people in front of you aren't going, and you just fart at them? Like,
yeah. And I'm just gonna look. I'm be my car like this. Like hitting that thing slow and just giving them a little look, like,
oh my gosh, that's
pull
amazing.
On out.
That is amazing. Well, now it kind of makes me want to get a Tesla.
Yeah. You know, the self-driving part of it, cool. Karaoke, cool. It farts, count me in.
Where do I sign?
Yeah, that's the one that got me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we are officially caught up, and the heat is on.
Oh,
the heat is on. Okay, that's 3. Just so you know.
No wonder you run out.
See?
We should have made it flagellum.
We're all caught up. We got some juicy stuff to talk about. Nolan Patterson is going to be here in actually probably less than 10 minutes. So we're going to bring him on. But first, I say we jump inside the Kiki Corner.
Let's have a Kiki. I want to have a Kiki. Lock the doors tight. Let's have a Kiki. Mother. I'm going to let you have it. Let's have a Kiki. I want to have a Kiki. Turn. Let's have a Kiki. We are going to turn. And turn. Honey.
Best stank face song ever. We hope whenever you hear it too, you think of us and you think of us what we're doing right now.
Somebody said that. They were like, I heard that song came on and I thought of you guys. And I'm like, yeah.
It was Bear. Bear tagged us on Instagram. Bear tagged us on Instagram. No, you're so right. So I think that's a very fitting song considering we are going to kick off the Kiki Corner with some Kardashian news. I know a lot of people don't always talk about them. Yeah, they're off, keeping up with the Kardashians is like, good. I don't want to hear anymore. However, Instagram was buzzing with this one. Kourtney Kardashian posted a picture of her just holding hands with a tattooed CPR doll. Just kidding.
Who is
CPR doll? It's a real human.
Who is this tattooed human? What is happening?
People were speculating. They know that she's been getting very close to Travis Barker. Yeah, apparently that's who that is. They are neighbors that turned their friendship into love.
Wow.
Yeah, both of them ended up sharing that picture on Instagram. And
that's talk about going to borrow a cup of sugar and getting more than you bargained for. Good neighbor.
Right? Do you have the sugar?
Yeah. Hey, I need a cup. Can you spare a cup of sugar? Yeah.
I need some D. Vitamin D. I'm a little deficient.
Don't get any ideas. Oh my gosh. Well, I think that's great. I think, too often you hear about neighbor rivalries, and it's nice that now we have neighborly love, like true neighborly love. Good for them. I hope it works out. And hey, it's like really easy when you're like, hey, want to go to your place? Sure. Great. Want to go back to your place? Sure. That makes it nice.
Hop the fence.
That makes it really nice. Yeah. Be right over. There you are. Perfect for quarantine. Well, speaking of celebrities, Kristen Wiig gave her adorable twin babies a shout out at the end of Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar. I wanted to watch this movie, but didn't. Because, it's still $20. I want to wait for it to go down. It's hard. I look at it, I'm like, I got to hit the button. And I'm like, it's $20. Like, I could buy so much wine with that. I can get like 4 bottles of wine, the cheap stuff, But anyway, the producer, Kristen Wiig, and the star of the film thanked them, her twin babies, alongside her husband, Avi Rothman, and Luna and Shiloh are the twins. The pair welcomed their twins via surrogate last year. No wonder she looks so fabulous. Look how cute they are.
I know. I love Kristen Wiig. I finally watched Wonder Woman. Finally. Yeah. And Kristen Wiig is in that. And I love her. And I thought it was great.
What did you think?
She added. It was long. And how dare I say that considering it's Gal Gadot? Like I could stare at her all day. Are you kidding me? I could just be like 4 hours of Gal.
Yeah. We have such lady crushes on her. As we should.
I don't know. I know they were telling a story, but I kind of lost interest. I'm not going to lie. Like probably after like 2 hour mark.
Yeah. Because remember, I watched it right after it came out and I was like, we didn't see enough of that golden suit. What was up with that? It was there for a hot minute. I tell you what, I went out to dinner with my man last night to celebrate our anniversary and I got dressed up and I was like feeling cute. And he's like, do we need to go somewhere after this so you can show your outfit off some more?
Mr.
He understands. He understands when you get ready, you don't want like 2 people to see you. You want people to see you. And I was like, no, babe, I'm good. But the fact that you understand that that's how it works is everything. So she needed more of that gold outfit. And I didn't buy the storyline with Kristen Wiig getting that weird like apex predator it was just weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
And I feel like it was a lot of storylines going all together. But But I bring that up because she was in the movie and I love her. And so for me, I wouldn't say thumbs down, don't go see it, but it wasn't like the first Wonder Woman where I was like, oh my God, that was phenomenal.
Oh, I know. I cried. It was everything, the first one. We have some love for Mr. Bill. I have to shout it out. Jennifer, Mr. Bill gets all the hand claps. Bear, you're right. He is a keeper. And Maria Gone, Mr. Bill is the best. I agree. And Francine says the heat is back on in Waco.
Oh, good.
Yes.
My brother and his wife are there. So good. I'm praying for him. So I know a lot of people were praying for Demi Lovato when she went through that incredibly traumatic overdose. And now she's telling it all. We're hearing that she actually has a new documentary coming out that pretty much details all of it. YouTube released the trailer for Demi Lovato, Dancing with the Devil, and it's about her 2018 drug overdose. I didn't know this, but she actually reveals that she had 3 strokes and a heart attack in the hospital while she was trying to recover from this overdose.
All at once? I thought this was over like a few years. It was
I think it happened according to what I read, it happened when it happened. Her friends and family are in the movie, her mom, her stepfather, her sister, and Elton John is also interviewed for this.
Wow.
So keep it on your radar. Demi Lovato, Dancing with the Devil. YouTube premiered the trailer. You can Google it, check it out for yourself. I always like to see people positive and healthy, especially those that suffer from addiction. So
yes.
Yeah,
yes, it's wonderful that she's sharing this because there's so many people struggling with this and it is a disease and people need to know that they're not alone and it's not a stigma and the only way that you can get better is to ask for help. Like you can't do it alone. So you have to talk about it. So I'm glad that she is bearing it all because it will help so many people. And now on to some more happy news. Game of Thrones alumni Kit Harington and his wife Rose Leslie have welcomed their first child. They announced that they were expecting in September, and they were photographed out together in London with their newborn on February 16th. Harrington's rep told E! that their bundle of joy is a boy, and they are very, very happy as they should be. And she told the Post of expecting her child in October. I am thrilled to be expecting and can't wait to meet the member of their new family. So I'm glad they got to meet their baby boy. And the pair married back in 2018 at Rose's ancestral castle in Scotland.
Aww. What if the baby came out and said, "You know nothing, Jon Snow.
You know nothing about parenting, Jon Snow." That's what it came out and said.
Jon Snow.
Dude, our accents are awful.
I love Kit Harington, first of all. I think his hair is amazing. I think his acting is amazing. So for me, I am 2 thumbs up on this one. I want to see if they're going to have a ginger baby. Yes,
I know.
Francine on Facebook, she loves Jon Snow.
Yeah, he's pretty great.
You know nothing, Jon Snow. I don't know if I said it like her.
Nothing. She was so intense. I was surprised that they got married, but I think they're super cute. But can we talk about why is she dressed like a burglar? Is it that cold in London?
I mean, the mask for obviously the pandemic. It has to be.
But he's
right?
not wearing it. She's got her whole face.
He's a smoker. What if it's because he's smoking? I don't know. Now I'm looking too much into it. I'm too involved now.
It's just like, at first I thought that was him. I'm like, no, that's her. She's covered up like in a hijab. It's a lot.
Yeah, she really is covered head to toe. Oh, wow.
I mean, to each their own.
That's the entertainment news that you guys needed to know. We hope you enjoyed. If you ever want to be inside the Kiki Corner with us, you can send us an email, candidlykrystal@gmail.com. We love inviting viewers inside the Kiki Corner to spill the tea with us and really just have some fun. It can get heated. Definitely.
Sure can.
But yeah, send us an email if you want to be on it. That was the Kiki Corner. And I'm excited to welcome our next guest. Are you? I am thrilled.
I am. I am beyond thrilled that he is willing to be on our show and share his art with us. It's going to be awesome.
He's a muralist and an abstract painter. Please welcome the talented Nolan Patterson to Candidly Krystal.
Yay!
Hi,
Nolan.
How you doing?
Hi, Nolan. We're doing good. Thank you. How are you? Welcome to the show.
Good. Thank you. Yeah.
I really enjoyed researching your segment because I got to see a lot of your work and how cool it is, to be honest. I mean, that's the best, it was awesome. And so for me, looking at your work, I'm curious what inspires it. Is it music? Is it other artists? Is it nature? Where do you go in inspiration when it comes to your work?
Well, I've really been inspired by like other abstract artists like Basquiat, Picasso, just abstract artists in general, kind of. Or I guess really art in general. But it's kind of just a free flow, like as far as like music or anything like that. It's just like whatever comes to mind, really.
I love it.
That's so cool. And that's so true. And you kind of get into a flow when something sparks creativity in you and you can just kind of go, which I think is so great. And everyone works differently, especially artists. And we have our own routine or method. And so when it comes to productivity, are you a sunrise person? You like to work when the sun is up, or like twilight, or like nighttime? And yeah, which one of those are you? Because I'm a nighttime person, like all the way. I'll stay up all night to get something done. What about you?
More like a daytime, kind of middle morning, daytime kind of person. Yeah.
Yeah, but not like sunrise, not like crack dawn.
No, not typically.
Yeah, it's too much to get up that early. I hear you on that. I'm with you. For
if you're just tuning in, we're talking to Nolan Patterson. He is from Basik Art. As you can see, contact info there. Check him out on Instagram. Now, Nolan, I imagine much like us and everybody else, a lot of things have changed for you in the last year. How has this year, this pandemic, affected your work and your art?
It's kind of surprisingly to me, it's put like a kind of a hold on it, or it's kind of slowed me down a bit, I think, just because I feel like I have more time to reflect on life in a general sense, and so I've been doing more of that instead of working, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. But you were commissioned during quarantine, like mid-quarantine, to do a mural.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I guess so. That I was going to mention that too. Yeah, it's also affected me in that way, where the whole Black Lives Matter kind of protests were happening, and then during that time, and so yeah, that's when I was like asked to do the Black Lives Matter mural. So,
And that's this mural right here, correct?
yes.
And where is that in town? Where is that located?
It's on 6th and Tool.
Nice. That's awesome. How long did it take you to make this mural?
About a week.
Wow.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Did you do it yourself? Did you have help?
It was me and my girlfriend, Dixie, and Joe Pagic helped out a bit. He's the
that's
guy
awesome.
that done, like, all the whale mural and the bicycle mural.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think one of his murals.
I want to go back on something you said, because I think it's super important that we bring it up again, is that you said it sort of forced you to slow down. And I think that's done that for so many people, where, like me, the one thing that I've taken away from this whole thing is I don't have to give everybody my time. I feel like I was sort of like expending myself out there. And now when I think about it, I'm like, for what? That didn't serve me. It didn't suit me. I wasn't really interested in it. And so for me, similar to like you saying, Nolan, that it's allowed you to slow down and you've wanted to slow down. For me, I've been real picky about where my energy goes anymore. Who I'm spending my time with. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's done anything for a lot of us, I think it's self-reflection,
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes, that's so true. And Nolan, can you? I'm looking through these pieces. They're so cool. Can you tell us a little bit about this piece and what inspired it?
Again, just kind of sitting down and like working at it every day, trying to just get to the painting and put stuff there, and just whatever comes to mind, kind of letting it flow. Just, obviously there's the heart with love in it. So I mean, that's like I'm finding kind of a common theme or whatever. I'm putting hearts and things, and but just putting stuff down and seeing what I like. If it stands out to me, then I keep it. If it doesn't, I'll cover it up, do something else.
That's nice about art, because when I sing a wrong note, I can't cover that up. And I can't take it back. So that's the nice thing about art. I dig that a lot. And then just one more. Tell us about this one. How long did this take to create?
These are kind of quick. I didn't work on it all at once. But total time, it probably only took like, maybe 6 or 7, maybe 8 hours at max.
Wow. That's still a lot of time.
That is a lot of time.
A little bit.
Is that all in one sitting, or did you break that up?
Yeah, no, I probably did like an hour here, hour there.
Yeah. So it's like a week's worth of work.
Of like a couple weeks even.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
So I'm always curious, when you do these pictures after you're done and you know what was going through your head and you've put them together, do you name them? Do these pictures have titles?
I don't typically name them. I mean, if it's in an art show or something, I'll try to put a title to it, but and I did the black and white series or whatever, like the one you showed. I kind of just put a general title on that, and that's like a series. It's called Love and Positivity, and just, but I haven't had much like practice with titling things or anything.
Yeah,
it's hard because it's just it's just hard because it's like a free form kind of thing. So. I have there's no theme kind of to it.
Yeah, it is what it is. My work speaks for itself. You can say that. I know, like, I have a lot of students that write songs. I'm like, oh, great. And I want to like label it so like we can come back to it. I'm like, what's the name? They're like, I don't know. I can't. And so it's a normal thing for artists to have a hard time like naming their art. So I totally get it.
That's now, Nolan, we have actually talked about getting in a zone on this show, and we've talked about it a lot. Thank you to the movie Soul. That's what made me start thinking about it. And
Nolan, have you seen it? Have you seen Soul?
Yeah, it's really good.
Did you watch it? Can I give a shout out to the bestest girlfriend in the whole world, Dixie? Hey, girl. I love his girlfriend. She's amazing. Did you guys watch it together?
Yeah.
Okay. And what'd you think?
It was awesome. Yeah, I loved it.
Awesome.
I loved it too. It really made me sit and think about a lot of things, like, again, internalizing stuff, right? Who we give our energy to and what we spend our time thinking about. But like I said, we talk about getting in a zone. And I'm always curious when it comes to artists, how do you get in a zone? Like, Krystal, we talked about you hitting the note and you're just feeling it, right?
Yeah.
Nolan, what does getting in a zone look like for you?
I think it typically just is sitting there. I don't, if I wait for a zone to come, then that's going to be too sporadic kind of. So I just sit and get started and then hope that the zone will
happens,
come.
right?
Eventually it comes. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a discipline, because the zone is kind of like this reward that you get after you put a lot of hard work into something.
Right.
So that makes a lot of sense, because, it takes a lot of work to be able to get to that place. Hey, Dixie. Hey, girl with the heart eyes. We love it. So I feel you on that, because sometimes it's like all work and no zone. And you're like, well, darn. And then other times you do a show and it's all zone. Like everything was hitting right. And you're just like on a high, like, yes. So I totally feel you on that. Now, Nolan, you have a skate deck art show. What is that? What does that mean? What are these words together?
Yeah, well, it's not just me, right? It's like at Ann Gallery, they got like a compilation of artists, and they're just giving us skate decks to put our art onto, and they're gonna have like a showing of all those skate decks.
What is a skate deck?
Oh, it's it's like a skateboard. Like the skate deck is like the wood.
The part you stand on?
Yeah.
Oh, so everybody's painting those wooden pieces or doing art on those wooden pieces. And then they're like mounting them?
Yeah, I think so. They're going to hang them up in the gallery.
That's awesome. Cool. Have you finished yours yet?
I haven't.
Wow. So it's coming up, right? It's coming up later on.
Yeah, I forgot. Oh yeah. March 12th.
March 12th through April 9th. So it's on display that whole time?
Yeah, it'll be on display during that duration.
Okay, awesome. And that's at the And Gallery on 419 North 4th Avenue. And everybody can go there and check out everybody's skate decks. And I'm like, the skaters probably are going to love it.
Yeah,
I love it. And I'm not even a skater. I think it's so fun. I hang it up in my house.
Yeah.
You'll be like, oh, is that a skate deck? I'm like, I just learned what that is.
Yes. That's awesome. Now, Nolan, do you skate? Are you a skater?
I used to skate. I haven't skated in some years now, but yeah, I used to skateboard a bit.
Do you think that skaters are gonna like maybe eventually purchase these and use them?
I doubt if they'll be used, but I could imagine some skateboarders purchasing them. Yeah.
It'd be cool. My boys love skateboarding and they give me a heart attack every time we go to the skate park. But how cool would it be if you were like, boom, look at my original art by Nolan Patterson. That's right. You ain't got this. You ain't got this. Nobody's got this.
Yeah.
Stunting out there.
Hopefully it gets some printed ones instead of like an original art piece.
Yes, for sure. That would be really cool if you partner up with a skateboarding brand and they print your stuff. You never know.
We're putting it in the univerce, Nolan. We're putting it in the universe.
Yeah, there you go.
Print Nolan's art on his skate decks. Yes.
Yes.
I feel it.
Yes. We're here to help. We are here to help.
Thank you.
That is what we do. Well, Nolan, thank you so much for coming onto our show. We really appreciate it. Thank you for sharing your talent and your art and your time with us. Thank you for sharing your lovely girlfriend with us because I love her. And we are excited for you and all of the things that you're going to be doing. For more about Nolan, you can follow him on Instagram at Basik_art. You can also give him a call if you're looking to find a specific piece at 520-388-0085. And I just love everything that he's doing. Again, he's doing a skate deck art show, and that's showing March 12th through April 9th. And that's the At Gallery on 419 4th Avenue. I love having artists on because it is just so interesting, right?
It's completely out of my element. I am that person where they're like, hey, draw a picture. And then I do like a stick figure and I'm like, that's what I've got. She has hair.
Remember we did the thing where we had to draw on our head.
Snowman? Yes.
And mine looked vulgar.
Yes.
And yours looked pretty good. Yeah, no, we are not artists.
No.
In that sense.
Totally out of my element. So I love to hear, how he gets in that space and just how innovative and cool it is. Again, if the pandemic has taught us one of anything, it's how much we need artists and musicians and entertainers. They've just become so crucial to our mental health, really, like We need you.
We do. Thank you, Nolan. We need you. We need all of the love and light and color that you create, just like we need this next person because she does it all. She is known as Lady Maverick because she's an actress. She's a model. She is a dancer, a rapper, a singer, a choreographer. I mean, she does everything. I don't know anything that this woman doesn't do. And she's just an all-around queen. So please welcome Chezale Rodriguez to our show.
Yeah.
Hey, girl.
Hey, ladies.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great.
So good
I'm
to
great.
see
How are you like? How are you guys?
You look good. She's looking hot, throwing out some heat.
Yeah.
I want a drink. Mm-hmm. Yes. Ooh.
Shout out to the hoop earrings.
Oh, the hoop
Yes.
earrings. Shout out to that red glass. You are doing it up. I love that.
I'm coordinate, you know?
Mm-hmm. And I love you for it. Well, we are so glad to have you on with us tonight. And you do so many things, but I know you for your singing and your rapping. But your style has been described as 90s hip hop with a new school edge. So tell us about your musical influences and how you were able to find your signature sound.
Such a great question. And thank you guys so much for that amazing intro. Wow, I have so many influences. I grew up listening to so much music. I could thank my parents for that because they were pretty musical people. I would say my foundation is hip hop and R&B, but I have so many different influences from, you know, jazz to reggae to Latin American music, all under the sun. Specific artists that might be influential for me, the first that comes to mind would be Lauryn Hill. She's a big influence for me.
Yes.
Miseducation of Lauryn Hill pretty much changed my life.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Still.
Yes, absolutely. I still follow her on Instagram and everything. But like Lauryn Hill, I grew up listening to Anita Baker, Whitney Houston, everyone from Public Enemy to Rochelle Farrell. So I've had like a really pretty vast, pool of influences to pick from, and then just kind of brought me to it. So,
you know, we don't really realize the impact the music our parents play around us will have on us. I mean, as a kid, sometimes, I'm going to be honest, there were times where I'd be like, what are we listening to? You know? And then there were other times where I would like groove with my parents. And then as I get older, it's completely molded how I listen to music, how I listen to it with my kids. To sort of get off topic, but I'll get back on. Like me and my daughter were talking about diss songs like today. And I was like, hold up. And I put Tupac on, hit him up. And I was like, you want to hear a diss song? Because the little popcorn ones that we're listening to are, honey, those are not diss. I said, I literally put it on for her. And within the first 30 seconds, this was her face. Was not expecting him to say what he, no. And I was like, that's a diss song. So again, I'm saying like we take for granted, right? Sort of what our parents introduce us to. And I'm not saying that I'm mom of the year for that. I don't want anybody to take that the wrong way, but that's how we can relate, right, to our children is through music, and that's why I bring that up because it's so important. And I had a musical family too, and I love talking to people who had similar, you know, upbringings because it's awesome to relate to people through music. Like, oh my gosh, yes, my dad used to listen to Boston all the time, or whatever, you know. So now let me veer back to you.
But wait, did you see what Bear said? He said, little popcorn ones ain't got the heat nowadays. These little popcorn songs. No, they don't. Bring the heat.
I was like, your diss song talks about TikTok. Tupac talks about taking your life. So
it's a different time. It's a different time for sure.
Completely different. So not only do you sing though, and you rap, but you also dance. You are a renowned dance instructor here in Tucson, and people may not realize that. You were actually on season 1 of So You Think You Can Dance, and your former dance company, The Human Project, made it to the final audition round in Los Angeles for America's Best Dance Crew. Can you tell us about your experience with that?
Wow. Yeah, that was such a fun time. So I didn't get a chance to make, what do you say? The very first like filming, I made the cutting room floor, let's say that. But I didn't get eliminated past the Los Angeles auditions. Basically what I remember was our dance company driving up there from Arizona. We got there at like 5 a.m., basically pulled right into the line. And it was like a 12-hour process. I was there until midnight, and probably maybe like 30 people left. And I was so blessed to just make it that far. There was 2 of us from Arizona, myself and another dancer out of Phoenix that I knew of. But it was so cool. Like everybody was just vibing out all day, just like hyping each other up. It was a great experience. That was those were my audition days when it came to TV, I guess.
Yeah. And those auditions are hard, like American Idol was the same thing, like a gauntlet. You're just there forever and it's so grueling. And it's just like, people have no idea how hard it is behind the scenes. They just see the show and they think, but even, man, it's hard. All of it is hard. And I didn't know you did that. I was reading about you and I was like, I love you doing that on this show. That's so great. Finding out things about my friends.
And of course Krystal's amazing. So, Krystal's been knee deep in that, but it is a grueling process, those cattle calls.
You feel like cattle.
Yes. Yeah, you do. If you make it far enough, you have to fill out like 50 pages of paperwork and
you sign your life away and $1 million.
And they want to know what your story is. There's a lot to it. Yeah.
There really is. I feel you on that. And now you have 2 albums out, right? Your debut album, which is My Story, The Making of a Maverick, and then your sophomore album, which is Mav Music. And both albums have made waves and have received some national attention. In fact, the song Hip Hop Nation off your second album was featured by Chuck D from Public Enemy.
That's awesome.
Tell us about that.
Right. That was crazy. So yeah, Chuck D at the time, and I think still going, started a site called rapstation.com. And it was really new at the time, and basically runs the station, and there's like so many substations under it that cater to hip hop. And it was new, and I just kind of did my research and submitted my music, and shockingly, it was chosen for one of his segments. I think it was called Music That Means Something. And I listened in on it, and it was incredible. Like, not only did he choose it, but, over the microphone, introduced me, said my name, and gave props. And that was incredible for me because I've been listening to Public Enemy since I've been in the world, so that's definitely a cool moment.
I think anytime you get acknowledged or recognition from people that you admire, love, respect, even if it's someone as big as Chuck D or someone as small as like a local mayor, it just makes you feel appreciated because you're like, I feel seen. I am seen. And for you, I am heard.
You're right. It's so rewarding and special. And I went and ran and showed my mom, of course, and she flipped out. Yeah.
Gotta love moms.
It's crazy. You know what? For me, coming from a background of radio, we don't realize how what we say is so impactful sometimes to people. And I used to do a segment that was all about positivity. And I remember the first email I ever got where someone was like, you saved me just by what you said. I was having this or that happen, and your positive empowerment. And for us as a radio DJ, that we're like, you were paying attention?
Yeah. Somebody's listening out there.
Heard that, and to hear you talk about it, how you're talking about it, to me is just so amazing to hear, because it's those moments that matter. Those moments that you remember that Chuck D played a part in, like, wow.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're honestly super special and beautiful moments. And those are the moments that like make you want to keep going, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Well, we talked about you doing pretty much everything, and I absolutely love that, because we need more women like you to really be highlighted and put a spotlight on you. We talked about you dancing, and you are an amazing choreographer. You recently created all of the choreography for the song Work Fires by Sharkheart. So what was that process like, creating that choreography, and did you have to virtually teach it to dancers? Like, all right, guys, everybody, get your internet strong. Watch me.
And turn up the heat. That's what I want.
There we go. There we go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So basically that project, Work Fires, just released, my God, like Friday, I think, just before Valentine's Day. And Sharkheart is an amazing local singer, songwriter, instrumentalist that I had an opportunity to team up with on this project. And she's going to be releasing an album really soon. And so, yeah, she reached out to me to contribute choreography, had this concept of a music video in mind, and wanted friends and whoever would be interested to learn a routine and then record themselves wherever they are and then submit that and be a part of the music video. And
That's
so
awesome.
That worked out for me because, I haven't been teaching as much these days, but if I do, it usually is virtual, of course. I feel safer with that. So
Yep.
I was like, you know what, this is great because I'm not having to be in space with a whole bunch of people. This is great. I can just go to the studio. And we decided to put together a dance tutorial. And so I edited that down, sent it in. She sent it out to everybody. They learned it. I think they had 3 weeks to learn it and then submit their footage.
Wow.
And it was whipped up maybe within like a month, but we kind of had to wait for the drop. And that was pretty much it. And it came out wonderfully. I'm so excited about it.
That's amazing. The power of technology and what we've all grown accustomed to throughout this quarantine is just mind-boggling, because that is so cool that you did all of this by yourself remotely, and then other people got it and learned it, and then it was made into this video. And
it's forever.
It's
gonna
forever.
live forever. It's there
That's
forever.
true.
When you teach in person, it's somebody could forget that and be like, "Oh man, I need him to teach me again." Chezale's got the video.
It's right here. Did you miss that pop and lock? Well, it's right
Always
here.
gotta record it.
Don't tell me you didn't see this. Don't tell me. It's right here. Well, the choreography in this video sounds amazing. So without further ado, here is Work Fires by Sharkheart, featuring choreography and dancing by Chezale.
Hey, it could be that we found it. We've danced around it, never committed. Yeah, I want a chance to show you. I want to know you've seen what I can do. But you tell me don't wait. Tonight you can't put me first. Say you gotta stay late to put out a fire at work. I wanna be one of your work fires. Gotta stay late to put me out. I wanna be one of your work fires, baby. Make you forget about everything else. Hey, I'm not here to steal it. Got to be the right fit. Yeah, but don't you write me up yet. I'm a cost I can offset. Let me prove it. I want your tie loosened to get your mind ready. Want you making excuses why you gotta stay here with me. I wanna be one of your work fires. Gotta stay late to put me out. I wanna be one of your work fires, baby. Make you forget about everything else. I wanna be one of your work fires. I wanna be in your hands. I wanna be your problem. I wanna burn so hot you can't stand it. I made a promise. I'm a force of nature. I'm gonna keep. Let the storm change you. I made a promise. I'm a force of nature. I'm gonna keep. Let the storm change you. I made a promise. I'm a force of nature. I'm gonna keep. Let the storm change you. I made a promise. I'm a force of nature. I'm gonna keep. Let the storm change you. I made a promise. I'm a force of nature. I'm gonna keep. Let the storm change you. I wanna be one of your work fires. Let the storm change you. I wanna be in your hands. Let the storm change you. I wanna be problem. Let the storm change you. I wanna burn so hot you can't stand it.
Yes.
That was amazing.
It was
Chezale,
great.
that was, I mean, I literally, you guys saw me. I got up for a minute and I was like, okay. Get some shoulder action in.
When your work
Yeah.
fires. That
Make me
is
want to get up.
Yeah,
catchy.
Fun.
Yes. Everybody's loving it. Dixie's loving
I
it.
definitely,
Francine.
I definitely want to shout out the direction and videography, Freddie from One Focus Productions and Avi Media. There were dancers and friends and family members and musicians like that participated with this, and everybody just did a phenomenal job. So thank you guys so much.
You know what I loved is I loved seeing the extremes, right? Like we saw you just amazing. And then we saw people who were like me, who have no training whatsoever, just like getting down in their kitchen, you know? Like that's what I love about that video. We got to see your amazing moves on both sides. So well done. Now, Chezale, I know you are offering some group and private stretch and dance classes through Zoom right now. What kind of stretch and dance lessons are they? And can you give us some more info on that?
Yes. So basically, I'm offering private group stretch sessions and dance sessions. I'm always open for it. It's just a matter of someone reaching out to me and scheduling it. Definitely catering to groups of friends or special events, corporate groups, whatever, you know, just come through and have a good time. So basically the stretching consists of really just grounding and centering, and then sort of maybe focusing on flexibility, but that's not upfront. Really, it's about just kind of separating yourself from the stresses, you know, of life and, you know, and just becoming more familiar with your body, where your mind is. So there's a mindfulness aspect to it as well. We open up with a mantra. I've done a lot of yoga, so I kind of incorporate some of that into what I do as well. And then the dance stuff, I'm pretty open to a lot of things. The last class that I was teaching was called Twerk Fusion, which is super fun. And it's like, you know, we warm up, you learn a routine, you shake a little something, but there's of course the fitness aspect to it. And we cool down, but it's just a fun time to come together with other people and move your body, you know?
Yes.
That sounds like so much fun. I would love to get to a class. I've been trying to upload this photo, but I just want to give a shout out to our choreography days. We did a little doo-wop, shoo-wah, doo-wop. Do you remember this? Can you see this?
Yes! Shout out to Doo-Wop Divas!
Yeah.
I need to know more about that. Doo-Wop Divas. Tell me more.
Okay, how about this? Krystal, you start, and I'm going to grab something really quick. I have something too.
Okay. We were in this group called the Doo-Wop Divas. It was a touring show, and we actually did a tour here in Arizona and one in Florida. And it was 4-part harmony, 4 of us girls dancing, and talking. Oh, look at, there we are. We're so cute. The OGs. Oh my gosh. The Doo-Wop Divas. You'll fall. There's Joy. Katie. Oh my gosh. We had a blast. We had a good time. That was great. Gosh, 2017. Man.
We really did. That was such an amazing time. And as long as I've been doing music, that was my only like official tour. And just to be on tour with like 3 other super gifted women and musicians and everybody who just takes their craft seriously, you know, and loves what they do. It was just an honor. I felt like that, having that experience, anytime you're around people that inspire you as well, it just kind of boosts you up too. You know what I mean?
We just had this conversation. We literally just had this conversation where it's such an empowering feeling to be surrounded by professional people who have the same mindset, drive, integrity, work ethic as you, because it just makes you better too.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. It's the best
if y'all
feeling.
Didn't know, Krystal is a powerhouse. Hello.
You
gotta throw that out here.
I'm getting heated and drinking my wine. But I do have to say that I loved being roommates with you, especially Florida, because I'd be like, hey, we be in there like, hey, Chezale, you want to go out? And you're like, yeah, let's go. Or hey, Chezale, you want to get something to eat? Like you were like, so chill. I loved it. And remember we went, and I was in like flip-flops and like shorts. All the girls were in like mini dresses and heels. Do you remember that? And
that was in Miami, right?
Oh,
yeah, well, yeah, it was down, in West Palm somewhere, and then the Transformer thing showed up. It was like dancing. Do you remember that? On the
it was a lot of crazy fun going on in there. It was an atmosphere.
Yeah, it was a crazy night. I remember I kept trying to get close to the Transformer thing and like trying to pull things on it. Like it was a fun night, and the other girls missed out. But Zal didn't.
Oh my god!
You lose.
Yep.
Me and Krystal were trying to get in all the fun we could during that time.
We were.
As you should, ladies.
I just will never forget the side eye that I got from the others there when I showed up in my tank top and my flip flops. Like I fit right in.
I was like, hey, we're coming from Arizona. We wear sandals, okay?
You know, like the Cyrus song "Party in the USA" when she's like, "All I see is stilettos. I guess I didn't get the memo, girl." I you in Florida.
Yes. Yeah.
We were just worried about the heat.
Hey.
That one almost went over my head.
For me,
You were like-
going to Florida, especially Miami, I realized I'm not ugly. I'm just poor. I can't afford everything that happened with, you know what I mean? Like, I remember going and being like, okay, I always thought I was like decent looking, but now I'm like, okay, I'm decent looking, but I'm poor. That's why I'm not better looking. It was like everybody had something there, something, and more power to you. Like, by all means, if that makes you feel good, that makes you feel good. But that was the one thing I noticed about Miami. Everybody had something in Miami.
They don't play. Exactly. And I mean, I remember the place where we played, because we played at a retirement community in Florida, and it was immaculate. Do you remember, Chezale? Like, we rolled in and the streets were so clean you could eat off of them.
Oh,
I was like, ooh, this place is fancy. I was like, I think
I literally was just talking about that recently. I think in another interview. That was in Boca, actually.
Yeah.
And it's a little ritzy up there. And
it's all those East Coasters that hired down there.
Yep.
And the facilities were amazing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I
get that age, that's what I want to do.
Girl.
Yes.
You know?
I mean, they had everything.
Like full concert. Amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It was pretty impressive. The thing that they had going on down there. They don't mess around in Boca Raton, and now we know. And now we know.
Yeah.
But I'm still open flip-flop. I'm sorry. Well, Chezale, thank you so much for coming on the show. It's so good to catch up and hear about your latest projects. Anytime you want to come back and share something, let us know and we'll have you on because we love talking with you. You're an amazing artist, but more importantly, you're an amazing human being and you're just so full of love. So thank you for being on the show.
I want the doo-wop divas to come on and perform, even if it's just these two doo-wop divas. That's what I'm saying.
We should get the crew together. Wouldn't it be awesome to do a reunion and see what everybody's doing?
Yes. Absolutely. We would be like, we'd be like in the dressing room singing In Vogue and all that. You know what I mean? We're ready.
I have us singing Nickelodeon Roundhouse. Remember we did that?
Oh,
I have that recording in my phone.
Krystal, we're showing our age.
Hey, it was hot back in the day.
The 90s was the best. The 90s was the best.
It was. We love the 90s.
Thank you guys so much for everything.
Anytime.
Thank you, Chezale.
And congratulations on this awesome platform. You guys are doing an amazing job. Everything looks and sounds and feels excellent. So thank you guys so much.
Yay. Well, thank you. And thank you for your patience with us this week. We appreciate it.
And honestly, the show wouldn't be what it is without guests. And so thank you, because it's guests like you why we do this show. We want people to know about you and Nolan, who we had on earlier. Nolan. So thank you.
Yes. Thanks for taking your time to be on our show. So we love you. Yay. Bye. And if you want more information about how you can find out what Chezale is doing, what she's up to, you can book a private or group dancing session with her. You can contact her at chezalepresents.com/contact. And we just want to, again, thank Chezale for coming onto our show.
That was awesome.
Oh, great. Yeah.
That video was so
really
fun.
Cool.
Like I know. Have like the rhythm in my head.
I want to be one of your work fairs. We got to get that video so we can learn it. We can be like, look at Chezale.
I'm serious about that. I am so down.
I'm ready. Look I can already be in it. That's a bit too hot to do in this sweater. That's too much heat. Oh, it's too much heat.
Double time.
With you.
Double time. And you know what? Because it is double time, Krystal Stark, you know what it means this time of night.
Oh, I sure do.
fill up.
Yep. Fill it up.
Some
Thank
great
you,
guests on the
Christine.
show.
Christine said, great show tonight. Thank you. We
Christine on
appreciate you
Facebook.
watching.
Yeah, no, I had a lot of fun. Both of them. We had Nolan, who is an abstract artist and painter, and we had Chezale, and I mean, both kept me equally entertained, but for completely different reasons.
Exactly. It's amazing how wide of a spectrum that the arts cover, and artists mean so many different things, from visual art like Nolan, and for more oral and a different kind of visual art with dancing with Chezale. I mean, so awesome to have such talented people on our show.
I know. I love it. And if you are watching the show and you know someone that you want to recommend, or you're like, hey, so-and-so has this business, have them send us an email, candidlykrystal@gmail.com. We honestly respond to everybody because we've had a lot of people reach out about their business, and we want to bring them on. So please reach out. We're booking. March is almost full. Actually, March is full. April, we've still got time and slots in April and the rest of the year. So please send us an email if you have a small business, if you're a performer, artist, candidlykrystal@gmail.com.
And April's my birthday month, so sign up because we're going to have
what is
all
your
the wine.
day? I want to know what day it is. I thought I knew this, but tell me.
The 22nd, Earth Day, is my birthday.
Oh, I have a lot of April birthdays in my family. My youngest, Penelope, is an April Fool's baby.
Right
And
at the beginning.
She fits it to a T. I mean, anybody that knows Little Sweet Pea, you've been around her. You know April Fools is Penelope to a T.
So,
and I knew it, Krystal, when I found out I was pregnant, and they gave me my due date. My original due date was April 7th. And I remember telling my husband, watch her be born on April Fool's Day. And he's like, really? And I was like, the other girls were born early. Watch her be born on April 5th. And he's like, I don't want that. I'm like, me either. And then now we're like, it fits her. So we know you didn't listen to us, Lord, but it fits her.
Oh my goodness. Speaking of April Fools, I'm hearing like footsteps on my roof.
Really?
I feel like one of my sons is on the freaking roof. And if I catch them, God help them. God help them, because I know they shouldn't be up there.
They don't need to worry about the injury from the roof. They need to worry about what happens when Mama finds them on Oh, no.
They sure do, because I will bring the heat.
Oh. What do you think they're doing? If they are on the roof, what are they doing?
I don't even know, because they have been in so much trouble from being on the roof. Like, there was one time, this was years ago, when we had our first trampoline, and I kept hearing this, and I'm like, what is that? And I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, is it cats or something? And I go outside and I keep hearing it. I'm like, what? And all of a sudden I hear brrrr, and I don't hear anything. And I see a redhead flying through the air. Flying, like sprawled, like a monkey, and soaring over to the trampoline. Now, yes, Bear, they are going to catch them hands if I catch them on the roof, because they know they're not supposed to be up there. And they flew through the air, and he landed on the trampoline. Now, we have the trampoline that has the sides, right? That go really high. So if you're running and you jump off the roof, you have to clear the height of the side of that trampoline. This thing is at least 8-9 feet away from the house.
Oh my God.
It's not a small opening. And I was like, oh, and so it was Cole, the older one. I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like the one that's limber, the one who's like outgoing and can make a jump like that. I'm like, where's your brother? And he goes, Canyon. And I was like, no, because Canyon, one who's not coordinated, especially when he was young. And all of a sudden I hear this running. It is a ginger thing, Francie. and I was like, no, Canyon, don't, because I thought he's the baby. I thought he's going to totally biff it and just break his neck. And he's running. I'm like, and eventually I had to be like, go, Canyon, go!
Oh my gosh, run faster!
Oh my gosh! And so I hear, drrrr, and he stopped, and my heart stopped, and I saw him flying through the air. You could see it in slow motion because Cole was like this, and I was like,
oh,
he's not gonna make it.
Fudge. Good job.
Exactly. So he's in the air like all ugly because he's uncoordinated.
Oh no.
And he thank God he made it and cleared it and hit that trampoline. And I was like, get in the house. Never get it on the roof ever again. And so that's where it came from.
Wow.
So if they're on the roof, they know. They know that.
Wow. Yeah, that it's coming. If mom
coming.
finds you on there, good luck. Good luck is what you tell me. Honestly, we could probably have a whole segment dedicated to
our kids.
Crazy things that our kids have done, crazy things that we have done, and people probably would contribute stories to crazy things that they have done. I mean, I can tell you a story right now, and this is probably not 100% politically correct, but we were kids. I mean, what are you going to do? Me and my brothers one time, gosh, my mom came home and we were in the backyard and we decided we were going to play homeless. So we got on all of the oldest, holiest clothes we could find. We put them on. We created a rock circle and we started roasting hot dogs. So we lit a fire as kids.
Oh, no.
And so my mom comes home and we're not in the house, obviously. So she's like coming and trying to figure out where we are. She comes out to the back porch. What are you guys doing? I remember going, shh, we're homeless. You can't see us. And then back to roasting our hot dog. My mom was like, I'm sorry, what?
My superpower is that I'm homeless, which means I'm invisible.
You can't see me. This is a house.
I'm not here.
Homeless. Like,
you can't see my hot dog. You can't see anything.
I think of that and my mom's like, I could like out of all things you guys used to do WWF stuff or WWE wrestling, like you're playing homeless? And I'm like, Mom, I don't know where that came from. And she came out, she immediately put the fire out and was like we have neighbors. Do you not see that? They're
going to call CPS thinking that you guys really are homeless and abandoned children.
Really though? Wow. So that's one of my stories, the Pinots. You ask my brothers, we have some crazy stories like that.
That's great. I would love a whole night of hearing all of those stories. That sounds highly entertaining. And I feel like you got a lot of heat on that hot dog.
Yes, we did.
Yes, Christine. The boys did want Mr. Bill to jump as well.
Did he?
And he got up there because he was like, yeah, they made it look fun. And I was like, babe, don't encourage them. He's like, I'm just going to see. So he gets up there and, sorry.
I mean, that's where a broken femur happens in movies. I know. Like, when the kids do it and then here comes the cool adult. It's like,
comes Dad. Like, no, it's not gonna work. He gets up there and he get close and he like acted like he was gonna run and he's like, yeah, no, I can't clear that. It's too far. And this is from the guy who tore his ACL as we were running down the street in Niagara Falls on the Canadian side, trying to run down to watch the fireworks. He tore his ACL. It's like, why do you think you can clear that jump? You can't clear that jump.
No.
You can tear your body doing that.
Love the confidence, but it's not happening.
Let's dial it back. How about we just go inside and drink wine?
This is one of my mom's longtime friends. The Crusans have some crazy stories too. So I see where the Pinots get it. Yes. I mean, literally watching them probably sparked a lot of that in us. So yeah, no, the Crusans do have crazy stories. But you know what? I think about some of the stuff that my parents did and what my parents went through. And literally one of the only things I can say that makes it like semi-okay is like, it was the 70s. So
anything was okay.
Everything was fine then.
Everything was fine. No seatbelts. Like, it's all good.
That's the thing. My mom's like, I remember your guys' first car seats were nothing compared to what they are today. Like, you and your brothers used to, she goes, I remember one time you and your brothers got out of your car seat and came in, like, all of a sudden we're in the front. I'm like, what? Driving? Like, how did this happen?
Oh, my goodness. And there was, like, no headrests. So, like, you could, like, if it was a big bench seat, you're just gonna get all that whiplash if you get into a wreck. Yeah. How did anybody survive back then? I don't understand.
Seriously. Oh, look at
my
Christina on
70s.
Facebook. Yes. 70s were the greatest.
The music was fantastic.
For more reasons than one. Christine, the
Yes.
70s were the greatest. And we should start with the music. You're right. The
Yes.
music in the 70s was legit. It's not my favorite era of music, my favorite decade of music. No, I know you're gonna laugh at me, and people are probably gonna make fun of me. Literally, my most favorite decade of music is 90s. I love 90s music. I love the R&B. I love the alternative that came out, Alanis Morissette. I loved the Jewel. Do you remember Jewel? I mean, obviously you remember her, but there's people who don't.
Dreams last for so long. Yeah, with the teeth. Yeah.
That came on the other day, and I'm singing it to my daughter, 6 a.m. And she's like, what is she talking? She's talking about brushing her teeth. I'm all, you missed it, okay? You missed the whole point of the song. Let me start it over.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, that was our generation, right? So it stands to reason. Like, everybody loves the music of their generation. I like the 70s more.
What?
I feel like I should have been in the 70s. I would risk my life driving a car in the 70s because I love the music so much. If I could time travel, I'd go back.
Wow.
Yeah,
look at my mom.
that says a lot.
In the back of Chrissy's Camaro. See, look at, they have memories. Vroom, vroom, ladies. Uh-huh.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Oh, a little spicy.
Sure, a little heat.
Mm-hmm. Bringing the heat, Francine.
Yeah. Okay. So what's your favorite album from the 70s then?
Oh, anything Earth, Wind, and Fire.
That's why we're friends, Krystal.
Well, yeah. I am the biggest Earth, Wind, and Fire fan. I went to their concert and I brought the Hussy. It was the Hussy's first concert. If you don't know the Hussy, it's my sibling. Anyway, we were there.
My mom doesn't like being called
front.
out. That doesn't sound right. I know.
You wrote
that was the point. Vroom, vroom.
Yeah, you wrote it. That was our interpretation.
I love it. Look at these. They're going back and forth in the comments. Chris said too, they could have their own show. Ladies, we will welcome you. I will literally send you a link right now and you can join us to talk about your stories.
Tea on each other. That's what we want.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, the Cranberries.
Yes.
You got me wrapped around your finger.
This is why I love you. Zombie. You go from hearing Krystal to me.
Yeah, you sound great. But you sound good. Ooh, Philip Bailey is a Denver native. I am a fan of Philip Bailey, Francine.
Yeah.
And Christina was there in the 70s.
So,
at the concert.
Christine is your mom. Francine is my mom. Obviously influenced our musical taste because I wouldn't have listened to Earth, Wind, and Fire as a kid without my mom. And are you kidding me? You should see Francine at the Earth, Wind, and Fire concerts. You want to talk about someone getting their groove on. Francine did not sit the entire time. And I think I even told you this. My favorite song from them used to be September. I just loved it until I heard Serpentine Fire.
Oh my God, like, Serpentine Fire.
My whole life just changed.
It hit so hard.
All the horns. I just want to see the
how
horns.
It's quick. I know. And so we went down front for this Earth, Wind, and Fire concert, and the Hussy and I knew every word. And we were like, this was a while ago. So we were young and looked young. Yeah. And they were like, from the stage, looking at us. And then afterwards, we hung out by their tour bus to get their autographs. Got to hang out on their tour bus with them. Yeah. Got a photograph with Verdine White. Got his autograph, the bass player. And they're like, you guys are so young, but you knew every word. We were like, yeah, because this music is amazing. And so they were impressed that we knew all the words. Because like even the people that were like alive in the 70s were like, blah, 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 like they didn't know the words down front. But we were like, tell the story, morning glory, all about the Serpentine Fire. Had to get that high note in there.
I just want you to keep going because I know if I were to play that song, we would be muted. But now when Krystal's singing, they're not going to mute us with you singing. You can keep that going. You know what I love about the Earth, Wind, and Fire, because I feel like we could go off on a tangent with them, but their music was introduced to this new generation through Trolls. So I obviously listen to them all the time. So my kids knew the song.
Movie. I'm thinking like Internet Troll. I'm like, what? That makes more sense.
Those hideous people. the movie soundtrack. So when my kids heard it in the movie, they knew the words the whole time. When they heard "Ba-dee-ah," my daughters are like, "Say that you remember," and I'm like, yes. So for me, it was so cool to see them living through that song in a completely different way than I experienced it, than my mom experienced it, than, you know, like I love when artists, like in this most recent Trolls movie, they brought George Parliament and the Dog Pound, Atomic Dog.
Yes. Get ya. It's
Made it so, but then you have those silly kids who go, oh wow, look at who was it that they said made Paul McCartney famous? Oh, Kanye West, look at, he made Paul McCartney famous because Paul was on one of his songs.
A little bit. Yeah. They don't know. When I was singing music, I taught publicly for 8 years, and I would bring up a song like every September, I would do September, Earth, Wind, and Fire, and I'd get everybody up, I would dance, and eventually it turned into, oh, this is from Trolls. And I'm like, what? This is not from Trolls. And like where they know these songs from, I'd be like, huh? You know, and like when David Bowie passed, the whole day I was playing all David Bowie. I'm like, guys, this is David Bowie. And, you know, just trying to educate them in more than just like Mozart and Beethoven and stuff like that. Like the real stuff that they're going to hear every day. And to give them some knowledge that they can actually use. So yeah, you gotta spread the love with the classics and give these kids like the real knowledge about who the original artist was and who really is the famous one.
Yep. Because they don't realize a lot of the stuff they're listening to has been sampled over and over and over. You're listening to a sample of a sample.
Mm-hmm. They have no idea. Sometimes I don't even know.
No,
I'll hear the original. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize this was a sample. It's kind of mind blowing.
I know. When you put them almost side by side and listen to them side by side, you're like, I knew this sounded familiar.
Did you know? Because we have a Stevie Wonder album. It's the Songs in the Key of Life album, and we play albums like records. When we do family game nights, because our record player is right there. We have like a case. We pull album after album out and we play them. And we were listening to Stevie Wonder, and Pastime Paradise came on, which is Gangster's
Paradise. Yep.
And I was like, we're playing, I don't know, Sorry or something.
Living all this life, living in this. Yep.
And I was like, this was Stevie Wonder's song. I didn't know this whole time. I thought Gangster's Paradise was original. I didn't know Stevie Wonder did it first. It kind of blew my mind.
Love both songs, but I love Stevie's better. I love Stevie's version better. And that's probably because I'm biased and I'm a Stevie Wonder fanatic, but I like Stevie's version better. I like Coolio's, but I like Stevie's better for sure.
For me, it's the opposite because I didn't realize Stevie's existed first. So I was so used to Coolio's version that I was like, this doesn't sound right. I need to hear, you know. And then I hear Weird Al, you know, and lots of butter.
Yeah.
Like, and then it's all mixed up in my head. I'm just a mess. I gotta switch songs because I'm on overload now. It's too much.
Oh my gosh. Look at this. Look at Francine. I still have my 8 tracks and my vinyl, just nowhere to play them. She's not lying. Crates
well, hey,
and crates.
8 tracks is hard. The 8 tracks is a hard thing because things didn't work even when it was brand new. We're always
We used to have a TV that I had in my room when I was in high school. That was, first of all, it was like 4 foot by 4 foot. It was huge. And you pop the lid open. There was an 8-track player.
No.
There was a record player. And then it had your regular radio. And I literally wish I still had this because 1, it's probably going to be worth so much money because it has everything. But 2, because that's awesome.
That is awesome.
What?
That is so cool. That's like the original iPhone.
Right?
It did everything. It went from a 4 foot by 4 foot space to this. And now this does everything and plays everything for us. TV, radio, all of the things.
So true.
Wow. That's really, really impressive. Hey, my record player plays records, CDs, and tapes. So it's kind of like the new version of your thing. Yeah.
Do you still have cassette tapes?
I do.
Do you?
I do. You don't?
A lot? Do you have a lot?
Yeah.
I have no more
Why?
tapes, but I do have still some of my CDs. What was the first tape you ever bought? Not CD.
Oh,
tape.
girl, you know, the Bodyguard soundtrack, Whitney Houston, and yeah, girl, you know that's what I had.
I love that. Mine was TLC's album, Ooh, on the TLC tip. And we went on a road trip from Colorado to Texas, and I forced my mom to play that entire album while we drove. And my brothers were so pissed. Thank God they had a Game Boy. But I was like, head to the back. Gotta get my pants down real low. At like 9 years old. You know? Like that was the first album I ever bought. First CD, though, my dad got me for my birthday. He got me Aaliyah, Toni Braxton's first album, and Warren G. And I got the explicit album version of Warren G. And I remember being so excited, right? Somebody ended up stealing those CDs and that whole stereo. So when I replenished
out of your car?
No, out of my house.
Ooh.
And that's a story for another day. So I end up replenishing it, got a way uncooler stereo, and then I had to get the edited version of Warren G. And I remember being so disappointed. So disappointed.
That is disappointing. I'm sorry. All of these years later, I am sorry that you had to go through that. That is horrible. Nobody should have to experience that.
Okay, if your kids are not ready to listen to explicit lyric albums, don't buy them the edited versions. That's my bit of advice that I'm going to give to you, because when they hear the unedited version, it's going to be like, do you remember the first time you heard Nelly's Country Grammar for the first time unedited? Yeah. I remember being like,
whoa, yeah, it's a lot.
So don't do it. Either just get them the explicit lyrics album or just wait until they're ready.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Don't shock them.
No need to shock anyone.
Oh my gosh, we are an hour and 33 minutes into this. Oh man, we could just talk. We should let people get on with their lives and thank them for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. Well, let's first thank our guests. We want to thank Nolan, Patterson, and Chezale. We are so happy that they came on and showcased their talents and what they do. So again, watch this and get all their info. Thank you to them for coming on. Krystal, thank you for showing up another Wednesday. Me too. I showed up.
I'm here this week. And a shout out to Nick Gallardo for guest hosting last week, because he did awesome. He's fantastic. He's so talented, and very glad that we have him as our little gem in our pockets, that we're like, hey world, check out how awesome he is, and that he was able to help us last week because he's fantastic.
To be surrounded by pros. We'll say it again. It's nice to know you can rely on quality people. So thank you, Nick. We appreciate it. Yeah.
It's pretty great. Yay.
Well, everybody, enjoy your week. We will be back next Wednesday, same time, same place, celebrating Black History Month, which is American history. So make sure you join us as we celebrate all month long. And if you have a business or you want to join us inside the Kiki Corner, send us an email, candidlykrystal@gmail.com. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Follow us on Twitch and on Facebook. And most importantly, love the people around you. And, thank you. Thank you, Chrissy P. She's on Facebook, said, thank you, beautiful ladies. It was fun to watch you. Well, we hope you join us again next week. Everybody have a wonderful night. Tell the people you love them. Krystal, love you. I'll see you next Wednesday.
All the love. Next Wednesday, everyone.
Should we end with some heat?
Ending with heat. Thank you.